Boy everyone, MARKCHES here and welcome to the channel. And today I'll be doing another video based on your requests. I'll be comparing the KT5 lows and the KT6 lows. So these two sneakers are awesome performers, but let's know the difference. Before we start with this video guys, I just like to remind you that I still have an ongoing raffle on the previous video, so if you haven't watched that yet, please do so. I'll be putting the link of the video at the end of this video, so hopefully you'll join the raffle. These two sneakers are actually one of my favorites, or two of my favorites rather, from Anta. This is from the top of the line, from the Klay Thompson line, and these are the low versions. So if you're not into the high cut version of the KT5 and the KT6, which are also awesome performer, and if you want more ankle protection or the ease of mind for your ankle or something that's hugging your foot, you should opt for the high cut version. But if you're someone who likes to hoop with a low cut sneaker that will give you more ankle mobility, of course you would go with the low versions. And the KT5s was an awesome performer. I like it. It's really lightweight. The traction is on point. But let's compare it with the KT6 low. So let's start off first with the uppers of these two, which are completely different, because on the KT5 lows, it features this infinite upper that you can find in the entire sneaker, while you can only see the knit on the KT6 lows on the collar, which is really similar to the KT5s. They have the similar color, but I think the KT6 is a lot thicker. The material is a lot thicker. This knit material on the collar of the 6 is a lot thicker compared to the 5s. And as for comfort wise, if you want a more textile feel or more comfortable feel around your foot, you would prefer the upper of the KT5's low compared to the more fused upper, or this net-like mesh, which is more fused compared to the knit, which is more like the natural knit. It is just fused on the areas that needs durability, like on the edges of the toe area and on the sides of the sneaker, which are the high wire areas of the 5s. But on the 6, it is fused, but don't get me wrong, it is still very soft. It's not that thick mesh upper that you can find in other sneaker. And what I like about it is they even have these ribs that can be found on the lateral and medial side of the 6, which gives lateral support and medial support, and of course durability to the sneaker. And as for the upper, for my personal preference, I like the KT6 upper a little bit more, because even though it is fused comparing it to the net upper of the 5, it is way softer. But it really depends on what feel you like around your foot, because you will feel the 6 to be kind of rougher to your skin, but you're wearing socks, you would feel it rougher around the skin compared to the net upper, although it's a lot thicker, but it's a lot smoother around your skin, if you get what I'm saying. So in my personal preference, I like the feel of the upper of the 6 more compared to the 5. But in terms of support, both are very supportive, very surprisingly. Like the first time that I wear the 5s, I thought that the knit will be lacking in support, but surprisingly, it was really supportive. And what's nice about the 5 is you can customize the lacing system if you want it wider, so it wraps or hugs your foot more. While on the 6, although the laces are kind of closer to each other and you can't widen the coverage, but as you can see, the laces go through these fly wire cables, and when you lace it up, it will hug your foot and give you the support that you need laterally and medially. And even the fit on both sneakers are very, very nice. So just a matter of preference about the feel of the sneaker, but in terms of support, they're pretty much equal. I would say in terms of durability, the 6 will be more durable because of the fusing around the sneaker. And this fuse area that's mimicking the 3D support that you can find on the regular ones. I have the regular ones here. This is the 3D support. This is real plastic, while on the lows is just a fuse area or a very soft plastic on top that will also give you durability and support around the top and lateral part of the toe box of the 6. The 3D support on the 6 is still there. As you can see on the lateral part, goes up and wraps around until the ankle part, which is what I really love about the 6, which is this built-in ankle support that you'll be getting on the 6. While on the 5s, although it doesn't have the 3D support, the cushion really goes up and hugs your foot and cradles your foot from the forefoot to the heel. And even on the forefoot part, you can see the outsole goes up and cradles your foot, and even on the medial part, it also cages your foot, giving you that lockdown that you need. So in terms of forefoot support and lockdown, both are equal, but the additional support that you'll be getting out of the 6 is this ankle support on the medial part. So it will really prevent your foot from further rolling it if you step on somebody's foot or if you just freakishly roll your ankle. The probability of that is really low because on how wide these 2 sneakers are, and the 6 are wider compared to the 5. So you can see this huge lateral outrigger on the 6, which is another thing that I like on the 6, or a major improvement or an improvement comparing to the 5. So as you can compare it, you can see the forefoot part of the 6 protruding a little more compared to the 5. And in terms of the shape of the forefoot, the shape of the outsole of the 6 is a little bit flatter compared to the 5. So it will really prevent your foot from rolling. But if you want a more smooth transition around the forefoot, if you are doing crossovers a lot, this has a little bit more curve, but it's still very stable. So it's just a matter of preference. So I'm just stating the difference between the 2. But let's go back to the heel part of the sneaker. Internally, they have very nice Achilles pillows, but on the 6, it's a lot thicker compared to the 5, but I didn't experience any heel slippage on the 5. I would say both have excellent heel lockdown, heel containment, and ankle support. Now moving on to the cushion of this 2 sneaker. On the 5, it's the A-Flash foam, while on the 6 is the new Ulti-Flash foam from Anta. And the main difference between the 2 cushion, the A-Flash foam on the 5 is a lot thicker compared to the Ulti-Flash foam of the 6. But the A-Flash foam on the 5 is a lot denser compared to the more plush Ulti-Flash on the 6. So the main difference that you will be feeling out of this 2 cushion is if you are using your basketball sneaker more for leisure wear, and if you're walking around it and not just for basketball, you would feel the cushion of the 6 more because it's a lot plusher. You will feel the impact protection and bounciness when you're just walking leisurely, while the A-Flash foam, if you're just walking around, you wouldn't feel the bounciness and impact protection on the 5s. But when you start playing with them and you're running up and down the floor and jumping with the sneaker, that is when you will feel the bounciness and impact protection of the KT5s comparing to the KT6. And if you want more court feel, of course, the 6 will give you that because the cushion's a lot thinner. But if you're someone who likes to have more cushion, of course, go with the 5s. But in terms of lifestyle wear, you will feel the cushion more on the 6. Now let's move on to the traction of this 2 sneaker. On the 5s, still has the traction from the KT3s, and it is one of the most dependable fingerprint-like pattern from Anda, and they are very, very nice. They are very, very grippy, and the rubber compound is very durable, very hard. While on the 6, they kind of change it up. You can see that mountain and water pattern on the KT6, and the grip of the 6 is like the KT5s. They both grip really hard, but if you want a peace of mind on the durability of the outsole, I would prefer on the 5 because the 5's rubber material has deeper grooves, while on the 6 it's a lot shallower. But based on my use on the 6, I've used this indoor and outdoor. There's still no fraying on the traction of the 6, so I would say durability wise pretty much equal, but a little advantage on the 5's because it is a lot deeper compared to the 6 grooves. And in terms of squeakiness, both have squeaky traction. It's really, really loud, and they grip really nicely even on dusty floors. Dust pickup is not a problem for these 2 tractions of the 5s and the 6. As for stability plate, they both have stability plate in the middle. Spring back is kind of the same, but But the 6 is a little bit more rigid. It's harder to bend it. So if you want that feel, I think one of the factors for the rigidity is the 3D support plate. And there's also a plastic plate on the midfoot part of the traction. As for the weight of this 2 sneaker, the 5s is 400 grams, while the 6 is 450. So 50 grams heavier on the 6 because I think the weight is coming from the 3D support, which is made out of plastic. But when you're wearing it, I actually thought that the 6 is lighter than the 5s because of the cushion's a lot thicker on the 5s. So in terms of weight, there's not much difference. They're both very light on your foot and the fit is really nice. So you wouldn't mind the weight difference between these 2 sneakers. As for the sizing of these 2 sneakers, same size. So like I said in my previous Anta videos, they have different sizing. So I'm usually US 11 on Nike sneakers. So on the Anta, I'm just a US 10. And I still have a little toe space between my toe and the sneaker, which I like because I don't want to have dead nails again. So take note of that regarding the sizing of Anta. So if you're maybe at 10.5 in Nike, maybe in Anta, you can get your KT6 or KT5 at a US 9.5. So a full size down, but if you're a wide footer, go half size down. As for the pricing of this 2 sneaker, the KT6 is priced at 6,000 pesos, while the KT5 lows is priced at, right now it's on sale, so it's around 3,200 the last I checked over at Lazada. And you can buy this over at Lazada online store, Lazmall. But if you want to try them, they have stores in Mega Mall, SM Aura, Uptown Mall, in BGC. They have a new store in Trinoma, congrats. And they have an outlet store over at Eastwood. But if you want more details about Anta, check out their Instagram page and Facebook page. So that's it on my comparison between the KT6 lows and the KT5 lows. Let me know in the comments down below which sneaker you would choose and why. Thank you again for dropping by this channel. This has been MARKCHES once again. I appreciate you. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.